Formula One's return to Monza this time had a home hero. Kimi Antonelli was in for George Russell for FP1. The Italian, who is hoping to replace Lewis Hamilton in the hot seat for next season, is already twice a winner in F2 this season, having also claimed a win here last year in Formula Regional. And the Mercedes man was one of the first to hit the track on a red-walled set of soft tyres, setting the early pace in front of his home crowd. But his debut would come to an early end, his rear sliding and stepping out, suffering an almighty clout at the final turn.
You okay? Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
Kimi, all good. All good, Kimi.
The other big news leading up to the Italian Grand Prix was at Williams, who had parted ways with Logan Sargent in place of their academy driver Franco Colapinto for the remainder of the season. The Argentinian has already stood on the top step of the podium in Italy this season, having won Formula 2 sprint race in Imola, and also graced the top step twice in Monza whilst in Formula 3. Colapinto will be the first Argentinian driver to race in Formula 1 since Gaston Mazzacane in 2001, and should he score points this weekend, will be the first Argentinian to do so since Carlos Reutemann in 1982, coincidentally also driving for the Grove-based outfit. An impressive practice session saw Colapinto finish in P17 despite a trip through the gravel in the final moments. Max Verstappen is twice a winner here in Monza, taking glory in both 2022 and 2023. For the Dutchman will come to this year's race expecting the papaya cars to be out front. The defending champ went off-piste twice in the opening moments on the red-ringed rubber. He wasn't the only one to cross the limits, as both Ferrari drivers found the gravel at the first chicane before a snap of oversteer for Sainz nearly sent him into the stones at the final turn. The Scuderia are sporting a new look ahead of their second home race of the season. Black suits and a fresh lick of paint for the Scuderia drivers as they hope to grace the top step for the 20th time in Monza. Ferrari-bound Lewis Hamilton locked a wheel at turn 4 but escaped through the runoff as both Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll had hairy moments as the session came to a close. Valtteri Bottas is one of a handful of drivers yet to secure a seat for next season. The Finn celebrated his 35th birthday midweek, and despite neither he or teammate Zhou Guanyu having scored a point this season, there is hope for the Hinwil-based squad. Bottas topped the times for the majority of the session, ending the first hour of practice in P5. It ends with Verstappen on top ahead of Leclerc, Norris, Sainz and Bottas. Oscar Piastri in 6th ahead of Hamilton, Albon, Perez and Alonso. Kevin Magnussen was in 11th ahead of Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Gasly and Zhou. Stroll, Colapinto, Ocon, Hülkenberg and Antonelli completed the standings.